Hello everyone. So in this particular video, we'll try to discuss how to solve the problems on psychometric processes. So before you come to this particular video, you have to see the previous video where it explains the various processes such as sensible heating, sensible cooling, humidification, dehumidification, what is the sensible heat factor, what is bypass factor. So all those minimum knowledge has to be there with you in order to solve these problems on psychometric processes. Let us see a problem from June 2019. Okay, in air conditioning is a design under the following conditions. So the outdoor conditions are given and the indoor conditions are given. So what are the outdoor conditions? Outdoor conditions are 30 degrees Celsius and 75% RH. And 22 degrees Celsius dBT and 70% RH is your indoor conditions. So amount of free air circulated. So this is nothing but your mass flow rate of air, is it? So mass flow rate of air is given here. Next, coil dew point temperature is given 14 degrees Celsius. We will see how it could be used while plotting on the psychometric chart. Okay, and the required conditions are achieved by first cooling. So cooling is the first process. And dehumidification, okay, cooling and dehumidification is the first process and the second process is heating. So these two processes are employed to get this outdoor condition to an indoor condition. This is how air conditioning of this particular system is done. So what we are supposed to determine in this problem, the capacity of the cooling coil has to be found out, the capacity of the heating coil has to be found out, and amount of water vapor removed has to be found out. So if you calculate all these three values, so you'll get 8 marks for this problem. Okay, so first we have to see how to plot all these conditions in a psychometric chart. So that is very important here. Okay, so this is the psychometric chart. So psychometric chart is just as a graph for you. So I suggest you to have the multiple copies of psychometric charts as Xerox copies of it and try to plot every problem on the psychometric chart individually so that you will get the clarity how to plot the things on the psychometric chart. So this is a psychometric chart which contains the various parameters in it, enthalpy, specific volume, derivable temperature, RH and all. So first and foremost thing is you have to plot the conditions, that is indoor and outdoor conditions on the psychometric chart. So how we are going to do it, I will explain you now, so follow carefully. So the outdoor conditions is given as 30 degrees Celsius dBT and 75% RH, correct? So first you have to check for 30 degrees Celsius. Where is 30 degrees Celsius? Here is the 30 degrees Celsius. So first and foremost what you have to do is just draw a line like this, extending 30 degrees Celsius. So this is the line which is extending 30 degrees Celsius, correct? Now 30 degrees Celsius and 75% RH. Now where are the RH curves? See, these are the RH curves. This is the saturated RH curve where the 5 value is 100%, okay? And it goes on decreasing, 90, 70, 50, 30, 20, 10 and so on. So the outdoor conditions is 30 degrees Celsius dBT and 75% RH. So you need to plot, you need to search for 75% RH. Where is 75% RH? Let us see. So this is the 70%. So a little bit above it would be the 75% RH, correct? So this is 5, 75%. So this would be my state 1. Okay. Got it? How to plot the state 1 on the psychometric chart. Now similarly, we'll be plotting the indoor conditions now. Indoor condition says it has 22 degrees Celsius dBT. So 22 comes over here a little bit. So just try to draw a line for your reference like this. So this is 22 degrees Celsius dBT. Now what is the RH of this? RH is 70%. Where is 70%? 70% is here. So this curve is 70%. So this is your state 2. Okay. So you have plotted state 1 and state 2, but it is not coming directly from state 1 to state 2. It is undergoing two different processes, is it? Number one is the cooling process along with humidification occurs, and the second one is the heating process. How we are supposed to do it? So he has given the coil due temperature. So while it is going on, just check for the coil due temperature. So 14 degrees Celsius is given as the coil due temperature. Where is 14 degrees Celsius here? Okay, so 14 degrees Celsius comes around here. So I can plot the 14 degrees Celsius here. So just go straight till the point where it touches the saturated curve. So you have to go straight till the point where it touches the saturated curve. So here it touches the saturated curve, is it? So this is the point where it touches the saturated curve. That means your cooling and dehumidification process takes place from 1 to this particular point. I will name this particular point as point 4 here. Okay. Okay. Now I will try to draw this now. So this is the process which occurs cooling and dehumidification. So this is point number 4, and here is your state 2. And here is your state 1, correct? So now, this is the end result. That means your cooling coil, if it is 100% efficient, then it would reach the state 4, but it is not reaching the state 4. It is somewhere at the middle. So what you have to do is, you have to draw a horizontal line from state 2. Okay, you have to draw a horizontal line from state 2 where it cuts this particular point, correct? So this particular point is state 3. So the original two processes can be written as 1 to 3 is your cooling and dehumidification process, correct? And from 3 to 2 is your heating process. So this is very important. How do you plot the process on a psychometric chart? That is very important. Okay, so I'll just change the pen color. So now you require the values of H1, that is enthalpy at state 1. You require the values of H3, that is enthalpy at state 3. You require the values of H2, which is enthalpy at state 2. How do you calculate these values? Just go for the isoenthalpy curves. Where are the isoenthalpy curves? Here I will try to plot this. All these are isoenthalpy curves, is it? So just keep parallel to the isoenthalpy curve and go straight. Okay, so here it cuts, and what is the value here? This is H1, correct? And similarly, trace the H2 along the isoenthalpy curve here. So this particular value would be H2. And how about H3? Same again, trace it. So this particular value would be H3. Now you want the omega 1, omega 2 and omega 3. What are this omega? Specific humidity. How do you calculate it? So just check where this things are there on the psychometric chart. So on the psychometric chart, it is here, correct? All these are omega values. Okay, so omega values you have to extend it horizontally like this. So this particular value would be your omega 1, okay? And omega 2 is equal to omega 3, correct? So if you extend this particular value would be your omega 2, which is equal to omega 3. So this is how you extract your values from the psychometric chart. So this has been simply stated here. Okay, so the same thing I have tried to draw here with the skeleton psychometric chart. This is known as a skeleton psychometric chart. Why? Because it does not have the grid values, it does not have the grid lines. It is just a skeleton of a psychometric chart. In the examination also, you have to plot the same thing in your answer scripts. Okay. Okay, so from the psychometric chart, you got the value of H1, you got the value of H2, you got the value of H3, H4 and omega 1. Okay, so all those value will be getting from the psychometric chart. Now, how to proceed with the calculations? So omega 2 is equals to omega 3. You have got from this from the where? You have got this from the chart, psychometric chart. So V1 also will be getting from the psychometric chart. How? So first spot the point where is the state 1. So here is the state 1. Where are these specific volume curves? Listen here, this is the particular thing. 0.775, 0.8, 0.825, 0.85 and 0.875. All these are specific volume curves. So you have to plot, you have to check arbitrarily. So here I am just extending with a dotted line here now. So I'm extending with the dotted line. So this particular value, Okay, this particular value is your specific volume at state 1. So this is how you calculate the specific volume at state 1. So let us go forward. So this is how we will calculate it from the chart. And mass of air is given by volume flow rate. He has given specific volume at the inlet. Just you have calculated from the chart, does it? So you'll be substituting the values and you'll be calculating as 3.7 kg dry air per second. Now, cooling coil capacity is given as mass flow rate of air into enthalpy difference. So mass flow rate of air into enthalpy difference gives you a cooling coil capacity. So mass flow rate of air you have just calculated, substitute it as 3.72. You have calculated the values of H1 and H3 from the chart. The substitute, you will get it in kilojoules per second. That the value is 131.25. But you have to understand in the problem he has asked us to calculate in terms of tons of refrigeration. So you have to understand the unit what it is. Just read this. It is the amount of heat which is to be extracted from 1 ton of water at 0 degrees Celsius in order to convert it into ice at 0 degrees Celsius in 24 hours. So whatever the amount of heat you are trying to extract from it, that is known as 1 ton of refrigeration. So 1 ton of refrigeration is always equal to, you have to remember these particular values. So 1 ton of refrigeration is equal to 3.5 kilojoules per second. If you want it in kilojoules per minute, you have to divide it by 210 kilojoules per minute. I repeat, the tons of 1 ton of refrigeration is always equal to 3.5 kilojoules per second and 210 kilojoules per minute. So however you want, you can use this particular value. So it is in kilojoules per second, so I have to divide this by 3.5 guys. So that I have done it here. So cooling coil capacity, you have divided by 131.25, you have divided by 3.1 so that it gets converted into the value in tons. Okay. Similarly, you have to calculate the capacity of the heating coil. Capacity of the heating coil is given by H2 minus H3. So you got these values from the psychometric chart. This you have calculated. So this would be in 18.75 kilowatt. So amount of water vapor removed is given by mass flow rate into specific humidity. Remember this. This is very, very important. Okay, you'll be generally knowing how to calculate the capacities of the heating coil and cooling coil, but amount of water vapor removed can also be calculated with the simple multiplication formula, that is mass flow rate of air into the specific humidity difference between those two. So you know the values of omega 1 and omega 2 from the psychometric chart, you have just got it. So take those values and substitute and calculate. So the amount of water vapor removed for this particular problem is 114.75 kgs per hour. Okay. Similarly, you can try this problem which was asked in June 2019. Okay, Jan 2019 in fact. So it has same thing, but be careful with this. So he has not given, the file is not given, but instead he has given the WVT. So how to solve this kind of problems? You'll just analyze it and then solve this. So it is very much similar to the problem which you have solved now. Try to plot on the psychometric chart, you'll get the solution. If any doubts, please contact me.